Today in YouTuber news, quick bites. Jaclyn Hill pleads with Instagram trolls to stop their hateful comments. Bryce Hall responds to Addison's kiss with her He's All That co-star. And Jeff Whittick says he won't be suing David Dobrik after a near-fatal accident. I'm Benedict Townsend at Benedict Town, and this is YouTuber news, quick bites. All your YouTube news in bite-sized chunks. Our first story, beauty YouTuber Jaclyn Hill has pleaded with online trolls to stop posting hateful comments about her. Jaclyn, probably most well known for her beauty channel, her line of hairy lipsticks, and a now squashed beef with Trisha Paytas, posted a heartfelt video on YouTube describing how trolling comments make her feel. The video was in response to hateful comments left on an Instagram page of Jaclyn modelling her lip liner products that was posted to Ulta's page, which is a company that sells beauty products. Quote, "When I saw those comments, it broke me. It is such toxic behaviour. Just because people have followers doesn't mean they're any less human." But happily, thousands of fans have commented with messages of support on Jaclyn's video, so it seems like people are behind her. And normally we'd be making jokes and riffs, but seeing as this is a story about people being mean to Jaclyn, maybe we won't be mean to Jaclyn. Our second story, Bryce Hall has responded to Addison Rae's kiss with her co-star, Tanner Buchanan. TikTok megastar Addison Rae has drastically expanded beyond TikTok dances in the past year, having launched her own singing career and landing a starring role in He's All That, the gender-swapped reboot of the 90s rom-com She's All That. See what they did there. Addison's most recent booking saw her and her co-star Tanner Buchanan present the award for Best Kiss at the MTV Awards on Sunday, which they celebrated on stage by doing a long snog for the cameras. And after careful scientific analysis, here are the top 3 things we found most cringe about this 4-second clip. Number 3. The pair must have had the show's director in an earpiece counting their snog down so they knew when to turn to the camera to announce the category. Now, I personally hate it when people shout in my ear when I'm trying to do a lovely snog on a TV show being broadcast around the globe. That's why I tend to do it just kind of on a whim. But the rat loves it every time. Number 2, Tanner's eyes look like they roll back into his head when Addison stops kissing him and turns to address the camera. It's extremely unsettling. The spirit of the snog has entered his body, or Addison has removed something via the kiss. Perhaps he was already cursed and she cured him, we may never know. And finally, at number 5, letter B, I'm not sure where we're at, Addison is holding the mic right next to their kissing mouths for the entire thing, but there are no disgusting ASMR snog sounds to be heard. So the only logical conclusion is that it was someone's job to cut the mics during the kiss and then bring them back up the second Addison needed to speak. And we feel secondhand embarrassment on that sound op's behalf. Imagine if that's your job, right? You're on the kiss cam, you gotta get that volume way down when those tongues start waggling. Anyway, back to the story at hand. As you probably know, Addison and fellow TikToker Bryce Hall were the TikTok teen it couple for a whole 4 months before announcing their break in March. But while Addison's out here launching all sorts of new careers, Bryce was a little more in his feelings about the whole thing, tweeting, quote, "Sucks, but moving on," in response, we assume, to the smooch. He later added, quote, "I'm gonna fully focus on myself and shut everyone the f*** up on June 12th, referring to his YouTubers versus TikTokers fight coming up. And let me tell you, there's more than 3 things we find cringe about that whole thing. Even having to say YouTubers versus TikTokers fight has made me very uncomfortable, but hey, that's the direction we're headed. That's the life I've chosen, and that's the curse I live. And if Tanner Buchanan wants to kiss me and rid me of this curse, he's got my number. I don't know who he is. And finally, Jeff Whittick has confirmed that he will not be suing David Dobrik for the terrifying accident that almost killed him, left him with life-changing injuries, and meant he was unable to work for an entire year while recovering. Revealing in a live stream on Patreon, Jeff said a lawsuit had, quote, "never crossed his mind. What we were doing was dumb, and I'm dumb for putting my life in David's hands. And what David did was dumb. But just the way I was raised, maybe it's a good thing or a bad thing that I'm loyal." Now, to us, this sounds a lot like the sort of loyal people on Love Island always talk about, the sort that only pertains to people who put up with other people that treat them badly. Jeff continued, quote, "Money is not going to make you happy. If I sue David for a few $1 million and win, then I've sued my friend. Now our f***ing relationship's f***ed, and I have to know that I got this money from being hurt. Tell me you're already a billionaire without telling me you're already a billionaire. I mean, yeah, I'll get a couple mil off the back of that, but I got that under my couch." Now, call me old-fashioned, but if I were in that situation, it would actually be my friend almost killing me in a reckless and dangerous accident that left me with life-changing injuries and unable to work for a year that f***ed my relationship, not the fact that I vaguely called him out for that later, but I don't know. Maybe Jeff's a bigger man than me. In response to Jeff's decision, Trisha Paytas tweeted, quote, "Totally respect Jeff for this, but if I were David and I hurt my friend and took him out of work for a year, as a friend, I would offer compensation out of compassion, guilt, and also because I'm in a position to. I'm shocked he hasn't." Which is a really great point. I mean, I think I'm safe to say that David Dobrik has quite a lot of money, so that would be quite easy for him to do. That being said, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes with the YouTubers, but we really hope that David has financially supported Jeff further than just paying his medical bills. Unfortunately, we may just never know. But Lord grant me Jeff Wittick's power of forgiveness. And maybe one day the day will come when I will forgive my biggest nemesis. I don't think that will be today. That's all for today, but make sure you keep an eye out on YouTube on Friday for the first episode of Speak of the Devil, our docu-series chronicling the trials, tribulations, betrayals, assassination attempts, and more of the Rat. That episode is not going on Snapchat, so if you're a Snap viewer, make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe to keep up to date with all that juicy YouTube news. It's going to be a 3-part documentary series all on YouTube, so subscribe right now to be the first to see it. It is fantastic. I'm very excited to watch it myself. And don't forget to leave us a whole bunch of comments because we love to read them. We were sitting there reading them, ha ha ha, this comment, ha ha, oh, insightful, oh, so interesting, ha ha ha. Just an example of me reading the comments. Anyway, as they say in Siberia, goodbye